The Season of the Elders. In the ever-shifting shades of the enchanted forest, where every tree bore witness to countless seasons, the cycle of life unfolded with grace and poignancy. Among the ancient beings of the forest was elderroot, the oldest tree whose branches had sheltered generations of forest dwellers. His roots ran deep, entwined with the very heart of the forest, his wisdom as vast as the canopy above. As time wore on, elderroot's once sturdy branches began to stoop. His leaves thinned, and his bark grew brittle. He had been mentor to many, many a guide through the forest mysteries, and a keeper of its deepest secrets. But the seasons of strength waned into the winter of his years, and the responsibilities he once bore with ease became burdens too heavy to bear alone. Tara, the wise old tortoise, had long been by elderroot's side, sharing the duty of guiding the forest. But as elderroot's memory began to fade and his stubborn pride took hold, insisting he could manage on his own, Tara found herself in a role she had never anticipated, caring for the caregiver. With support of Mycel, the mycelium network, and Whisper the owl, known for her keen insights, Tara approached elderroot with a proposition. "Elderroot, you have nourished all of us with your strength and wisdom. Now let us nourish you. Let us share the burden of the seasons," she proposed gently. But elderroot in stubbornness resisted. "I am the elderroot, rooted in traditions of strength and resilience. I do not need tending," he declared, his voice echoing with the rustle of leaves. The refusal pained the forest community, for they all revered elderroot and felt the strain of his decline, not just on him, but on the fabric of their shared lives. His insistence on independence, while admirable, cast shadows of concern among those who loved him. Seeing the growing distress, Lysander, the snow leopard, who had learned the value of community and support in his own journey of belonging, suggested gathering under the full moon, a time for open hearts and minds. As the moon bathed the forest in its silvery glow, the creatures of the forest convened in the heartwood glade. There Luna, the gentle deer, with a touch as soft as moonlight, spoke. "Elderroot, just as the seasons change, so do we. There is no shame in accepting help. It is the natural cycle of giving and receiving." Moved by the outpouring of love and the collective wisdom, elderroot finally saw the reflection of his own vulnerability. With a sigh that seemed to rustle through the entire forest, he relented. "Perhaps it is time I allow myself to lean on those I have supported," he admitted. From that night on, elderroot's burdens were lifted by many paws and claws. The young saplings, nurtured by his shade, now supported him, easing his duties and ensuring his legacy flourished. Tara, with a heart both relieved and heavy, realized that in caring for elderroot, the forest learned a valuable lesson. The strength of community lies not just in its ability to grow, but also in its capacity to support the weakest, most vulnerable members. Thus the story of elderroot and the season of the elders wove itself into the fabric of the enchanted forest, a tale of love, reversal of roles, and the enduring strength found in vulnerability and mutual care. It reminded every creature that in the cycle of life, every season has its beauty and its trials, and no one need face them alone.